Hiya, it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today is day 20 of Craftmas. So let's get opening the door. It's a big one again, so I'm wondering if it's going to be an embossing folder maybe. Oh, it looks like it might be one of those layering stencils from the design. Oh, it is! How exciting! So you can see different sorts of dots. I'm not quite sure how that will work out. We'll have to have a little look. And here is the actual stencils themselves. So there we go. Let's go now and make ourselves a card. So the first thing we want to do really is to get our dots down on the cardstock so they can be drying while we do the rest of the card. First things first, we need to put my little pencil dots in. Okay, so I've just lined my dots up and stuck that down with some low-tack tape, and I thought that Distress Oxides would be really nice inks to use for this. So I've picked out 3 colours that go with some paper that I've picked, which you'll see in a bit, and then I'm just going to put some on the corner here. And of course, don't forget, don't go over your edges and don't go in the little dots where your pencil marks are, because you don't want colour in those areas. Okay, so I'm going to lift that up. That looked pretty already. And then I'm going to go for my shaded lilac for that. Okay, so we're going to pull this one off and do layer 3. Okay, so now we've got faded jeans. There we go. Oh, isn't that pretty? Very nice. So I'm going to put that to one side, and then we're going to work on our card base. Okay, so I've got a card here that is 6 by 6, but it's been scored 3 inches from the edge and 3 inches from the edge, and then folded in to create this gatefold card. I've got a piece of cardstock that was in the paper pad that is going with my main colour. So then I took a piece of the this design, and I cut it 3 inches down the 12 by 12, and then I cut it in half at 6 inches to create the 2 front panels. So we're going to stick those on now, just using this tape pen. Okay, so then I'm going to pop that down. I'm going to start on this edge, I think. So I want to make sure that it covers over that fold. There we go. So, and then that folds and meets in the middle like that. So that's the card prepared. So now we need to go back to our stencil and start working on that part. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out a mask. So then I've got this square die which approximately goes round the little dots, so that will cover those up. So a good way to do it is to put our die on. There we go, so we stick it in the middle, and a blade, I think, just to grab our mask, our die. And it doesn't matter how far out this goes, but I want to go from the middle so that I don't accidentally lift the mask and make a mess of it going underneath. So work our way out. I'm going to take the pink up a little bit here, so it's blended, and then I'm going to swap that out for the, and we're going to do a little bit of the faded jeans. So I'm going to do that in the corner. I'm not going to do as much of that because it is quite a strong colour. And then we're going to go to my shaded lilac and then we can blend that right through into the jeans colour as well. So that's it all blended through. At the moment it looks an absolute mess, but hopefully when we're finished it won't. So now let's peel our mask off. Okay, so this was the size that I used for that mask, and this is 2 sizes bigger, so there's one in between that, but you can see that's just going to create a nice little frame. There is our piece ready to go on the front of our card. Okay, so I cut a piece of mirrored cardstock or foiled cardstock in this sort of lovely bluey purple colour that went really well with our pieces here, so that it would sit behind. I just felt it needed that little extra shimmer. Good. There we go. It's very hard to see on that black, isn't it? There we go. You can see that catching now. And then we just need to add this to the front of our card. So now obviously we want to just do that onto 1/2. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to measure this. This is pretty much 4 inches, so I'm just going to mark it in the middle at 2 inches. Just take some of my glue, making sure I've got it up the way I want it to be up. I think I'd like it that way. So I'm going to take that. I want the glue on that half, so it's that half, so down that centre line. Put a bit of scrap paper down on there so that if I don't quite centralise it, it's not going to damage the other side of the card. I've got some sort of lilac-y stickles. It's called Grape Ice. And final thing, just a couple of gems. I want them in the white parts of the corners. Okay, so that's our little gems in the corner, and obviously our stickles on the dots. I think that works for this card design on this particular papers, because there's so much sort of shimmer and activity in the background here that the dots themselves that we stenciled felt a bit flat, so I feel like adding that shimmer, it just gives it a little bit of something. And obviously we've got that gorgeous foiled cardstock behind as well. So that is today's card done. I hope you have enjoyed making it with me, and if you have, as always, I'd love it if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.